This is the BGG Climbers list for the week ending 5/26/2021. The list is put together every week by Michael Alexander, and I'll include links in the description below if you want to subscribe to the Geeklist or take a look at the Geeklist yourself. Again, if you like this video, please like and please subscribe. Now let's take a look at the list. We'll start with the sub 10 games. One of them is Meadow. So this is Act 1 now. There's going to be Act 2 and Act 3 coming later. This game finally got delivered. You can see an unboxing video on the channel. And you should be able to see, all the contents of the game. And I'm going to post actually the look at the resin kits here pretty soon. So this game, I think it's going to do pretty well, especially now that all these are getting delivered. It got good reviews from the Dice Tower. It's gotten great reviews from a lot of other people. It's highly combo co-op game, and it's probably not for everyone. I think it's a little bit like more story-oriented than strategy, although apparently the combos are pretty cool. Street Fighter the Miniatures game has recovered from its low ratings. I think there's some delivery issues, and it's doing pretty well. I think it's getting great reviews for the minis and less great reviews for the actual game, but I would kind of expect that. Micro Macro. So this has gotten some really good reviews, and it continues to do well. I think this game is pretty hard to find, and I think it's a little expensive for what it is. Maybe they'll come out with a smaller version of this or a more kid-friendly version of it. I do think it's going to continue to do well, though. It's gotten a lot of really positive reviews, and I think it won a bunch of BGG awards. Under Falling Skies continues to climb. It's, I think, got a good shot at making the top 100, being a only solo game, which will be very interesting. And Pandemic Legacy Season 0. So this one is on its way to the top 100. We're probably, now that vaccinations are picking up in the US and other countries, probably more people are going to get this to the table and be able to rate it. It seems to be continuing a very, very strong rating. It's not going to hit number 1, I don't think. Maybe number 3, because by this time there'll be two Gloomhavens at number 1 and 2, I'm sure. But number 3, maybe number 4-ish, in that range. And let's see. Oh, Hadrian's Wall. So we've been watching this one. It's continuing to do well. I'm interested to see if this heavier roll and write ends up on the top 100. I think it's a chance, although it's been waffling around, but staying above 8 for its new ratings. And I think that's all the interesting ones. So now we have number 10, Sleeping God. So we've looked at this one for a number of weeks. This one's definitely headed in the top 100. Probably, I would even venture that this one's going to probably, likely hit the top 10. Maybe, it might miss it. At 8.7 already, maybe it'll miss it, but it'll definitely be in the top 20, I think. This will be Ryan Lockett's highest rated game. It's been getting incredible ratings, and I just, now that it's got its retail version out there, I think you can buy it in a lot of places, or could for a little while. I just don't see this one letting up for a number of weeks. So it's number 10, Sleeping Gods. Number 9 is Merchant's Cove. So we looked at this one before. It's continuing a pretty good showing. It's staying above 8 average, but I do think it's going to drop as more and more people play it. It's only at 336 ratings. This one, I think, was a lighter weight game than people expected, and maybe a little bit less asymmetric based on the reviews. I haven't played it myself, though. I did not back it. So that is number 9, Merchant's Cove. Number 8 is kind of a surprise, so it's Gaia Project. So if you haven't played this game before, this is essentially Terra Mystica in space. I do think they're working on an expansion, which may propel this even higher. It is an amazing game. It is. There are a lot of complex rules, though. Look at this weight. So it's 4.35, which is a really heavy game. And I think the heaviness doesn't necessarily come from... I think it just, there's a lot of small rules that you have to do exactly a specific way. I think we played it... I must have played this at least 8 or 10 times. And the first 2 or 3 times we played this, we messed up rules here and there. And the problem is that unlike some games where you mess up a rule and it may not matter that much, here it's very easy to mess up very core rules, like how you take technologies and stuff. There's very specific ways you have to do it, and it's just super easy to mess up. I would be interested to see if they could simplify the core mechanics of this game and still make it as good. Maybe with like a Gaia Project 2. I do like this game better than Terra Mystica. I'm actually a fan of the plastic pieces. I think they look cool. I mean, this person painted theirs, which I don't think is really necessary, but I think the plastic pieces look cool, and I think the type of plastic they use is really different. It's not like a hard plastic, it's like a more of a softer plastic. And it's a little bit heavier weight. They have, yeah. So just pictures of the board. I think it looks okay. I don't think it's a incredibly great looking artwork on the game. They could have probably improved that, but the plastic pieces are good and the gameplay is amazing. So if you haven't tried Gaia Project and you like heavier games, 4+ weight games, with a very optimistic playing time of 2 hours, give this a try. I think the last game we played took almost 4 with a 4-player game. So that is Gaia Project. Number 7, obviously already in the top 10. It's probably not getting any higher than number 7. It's been waffling back and forth between 7 and 8 recently. Number 7 is Comet Blood and Sand. So all the backers are getting this delivered right now. I think it's going to continue to climb. This is definitely top 100 potential, assuming enough people buy the game. And I think there's going to be a retail release for this. So assuming that happens, this will probably have no problem hitting the top 100 this year. And maybe even top 50. I think probably top 50. Because since it's a second edition, it's going to exclude all the people that already didn't like Comet from even considering this for a purchase. And apparently it looks really good on the table. So that is number 7, Comet Blood and Sand. Number 6 is another game we've seen before, which is Chronicles of Dunragor, Age of Darkness. So this one is doing really well. It's a dungeon crawler. Of course, the first ratings are a little bit higher, and it is falling off, but it's still staying pretty high, already at 216 ratings. So we'll see this one, how it does in the next coming weeks before we can say for sure it's going to hit the top 100. We need to get like around 1,000 ratings probably. So and also, I don't know if this is ever going to go to retail, which does hinder the possibility of something climbing really high. So this is number 6, Chronicles of Dunragor, Age of Darkness. Number 5 is another game we looked at, Mandala Stone. So this one is, as you can see, games that first come out shoot up the list because it's climbing all these 10,000 to 5,000 rankings pretty quick, assuming it's getting good ratings. But in this case, I don't think this one's going in the top 100. Just, it's a lighter weight game. It's not getting amazing ratings. It's getting good ratings to start out with, but not amazing. And that's going to limit its ability to climb. So that's number 5, Mandala Stones. Number 4, Railroad Ink Challenge Lush Green Edition. So this one is essentially Railroad Ink with a higher complexity and I think some bigger boards, if I remember right. I don't know exactly. Okay, yeah. I guess it's very similar. My problem with Railroad Ink was that I felt like it's a really neat mechanic. Oh, this is the tabletop simulator version, it looks like. A really neat mechanic, but it just, I think, wasn't heavy enough for me, although this box is cool with all the Railroad inks in it. Oh yeah, there's the jumbo board. So this is like the jumbo Railroad ink board we're playing on. I don't know. I mean, I traded mine away. I thought it was a good game, but not something that I would end up playing. I think other roll and writes I like a little bit better. But it is really inexpensive for what it is. It's only, around $13, which is actually pretty good for a, dry erase marker game with some cool dice and some neat mechanics. So if you like lighter weight roll and writes, this may be for you. And it's doing really well, so we'll have to see. This one might be a Railroad Ink in the top 100. We'll have to see in time. So it's number 4, Railroad Ink Challenge Lush Green Edition. Number 3 is Meadow. So we've seen this one before in the previous weeks. It's actually continuing to do well. I'm interested to see how it does and how the gameplay is here. Let's see what the weight is of this game. So 2.3, that means it has potential, I think. And I'll say the board game photographer here did a really good job. I mean, look at this one. That is really cool what they set up. With like the little campfire and the guy. I don't know if this is edited. It looks like it was actually taken with a real flame. One thing is on some of these pictures, it looks like it's a little bit. I mean, the focus might be slightly off. Like in this one, it's just a little bit too much bokeh. I mean, it's really finely centered on the focus right here. The aperture must be really wide. So maybe, I mean, I guess this is the style. I think it looks good, but it could have maybe been a little bit less bokeh. Anyway, we'll see this one. If it's actually it continues to do as well as it has been, this might be on its way to top 100. It's actually doing extremely well. I'm a little bit surprised. So that is number 3, Meadow. Number 2, Happy City. So I haven't seen this one on the list. It's not doing too well, so I'm guessing it's not that great of a game. But let's see. Build your own cute city with one goal: happiness. Digital implementations board game arena. So this is on Board Game Arena, I guess. And it's just a looks like a light little game. I like the artwork. And it looks very happy. Yeah, super light. Maybe Japanese game. And re-implements Happiest Town. So it's slightly heavier than Happiest Town. Similar ideas. I mean, it's probably gonna do as good as Happiest Town. 6.5. A little bit longer playtime, a little bit heavier. I think better artwork. But probably not a contender for the top 100 here. So that is Happy City. And number 1 this week again is Destinies. So this is interesting. This thing is getting really good reviews. It's got app integration that apparently people really like. I need to take a look at it. And it's getting a ton of ratings. I don't know if people must have been very excited about this one. So I think this one's likely to hit the top 100. I think it's moving really fast. And we'll probably see it in the top 100 before the end of the year. So that is the BGG Climbers for the week ending 5/26/2021. Again, if you like this video, please like and please subscribe. And we'll have this video again next week. Thank you.